Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me. I have good news today. We all have good news today. We have had a bill passed through the House and the Senate, a bipartisan bill to change some things in our criminal justice system. It's a beginning, it's a start. You know, in the US, we have the highest rate of incarceration of, I believe, any nation, not just Western nations, but I believe any nation. It's ridiculous. And, you know, we've had that problem with for profit prisons, corporations that run those giving money to our campaigns of our elected officials. However, the American public is getting more knowledgeable about that. I got to tell you guys, I love the internet for this. We are hearing who gives money to which politicians. It's all kind of coming out. And this as an issue, we have a spotlight shown upon it by a lot of, non traditional news sources too. So it turns out that, of course, this is disproportionately black and brown skinned people are in the prisons because, you know, some people don't understand this. They think, well, they doubt this, they doubt this implicit bias. But I want to say to them, think back. If you are white, think back when you were young, your friends were young, the stupid things you did. Even good kids do some stupid things sometimes. And, behind the wheel, with drinking, with whatever, out past curfew, all those kinds of things. And minor, kind of maybe developmentally normal kinds of things that teenagers and young adults do. Now, people with brown skin, people with black skin, yeah, they can't afford to do those things, right? Somebody's watching. Think of everybody if you were being watched closely and sort of maybe even followed by the police cars, maybe even, think about that. And that kind of sheds some light on why implicit bias is such a huge problem. Yeah, so actually, traditionally, minorities have been trying to keep their nose, making huge efforts to keep their nose clean, to tell you the truth, most of them, because they have to. So the fact that we have a disproportionately minority prison population doesn't mean that crime or misbehavior is disproportionately minority. It means that they're being watched with, disproportionate scrutiny. And sometimes things have been even manufactured. We know that. We've seen, unfortunately, and so sad, we have seen now videos with police officers planting evidence in some cases. Drug paraphernalia and things, that's even happened. It's chilling. It's chilling. This is an issue we've had to deal with. Now, this current bipartisan bill, I don't know that it doesn't specifically get at that particular issue. However, it does get rid of some mandatory minimum sentences that were put in place, I believe, by Bush Sr., so that the judges now can use their own discretion a little bit more they don't have to hand down a big prison sentence. And also, greater focus on rehabilitation, maybe a way for prisoners to work to decrease their sentence while they are in prison. And there will be a lot of people released under this law who have, been in probably for nonviolent offenses. Also, the drug issues, all of the people in prison for marijuana, the 3 strikes you're out rule, that was a disaster. Because it could be, relatively minor things. But if it's 3 strikes, well, you're in for many, many years. Yeah, that was one that Kim Kardashian did go to the White House thing. And I'm really glad she did. I am really glad she did, to shine a spotlight on that. It's ridiculous that somebody would be in for 20 years plus for an offense that wasn't that weighty. Not that, offenses are important, but we know that imprisoning people for many years for an offense doesn't rehabilitate them. We know that. We know it doesn't do any good for recidivism. So, anyway, I digress, but I am thrilled, beyond thrilled, that we at least have a start, and the politicians are being held accountable more, and they're feeling like they have to get some of the stink off, those who have taken money from the for-profit prison system feel like, okay, well, I'm gonna, I should do something here. I like that. I like that. We got to keep talking, you guys. We got to keep that information out there. Yes. So thank goodness for that. So I want to ask Spirit, do we have more progress in this area? Do we actually have prisons that become rehabilitative? What does it look like in the future for our prison system, for criminal justice system? All right. Well, we have the King of Cups. Yeah, that is some. I think this is a good card. This is a good card. We have more compassion coming in. That's what I've seen with our government. We need a more compassionate government, a more truthful government, but also a more compassionate government. So we do have that coming in. Hallelujah. Okay. We have the Spirit. Oh, Spirit is working hard. We got the Hermit. Okay, guys. So Spirit is working hard to speak to our lawmakers about this. Yes, to speak to them and to try to get this done. And oh my gosh, you guys. The High Priestess is there too. This feminine rising. So we have the spirituality of the Hermit, we have the spirituality of the High Priestess, and we have more compassion. We have leaders. So this is the compassionate King. This is the King of Cups. So we have leaders with compassion. And it's getting better. And that's entirely, I feel like that's Spirit, and that Spirit not only on that plane, on another plane, but through us all. We are one. And the consciousness is rising about these things. The information is getting out. Okay, we have the Two of Swords in the future here then. This is present, this is future. So we do have, we still have some indecision in Plan A and Plan B. We're not done yet. That's just saying we're not done yet. We need more information. We need to be measuring. We need to keep that blindfold off. There's still yet more to learn about this circumstance. We cannot be mollified by this step forward. And we have the King of Wands. So this is that new political energy, the new political leadership that is coming in, that will also be a champion for this cause and not stop till they get it done. Be fiery for this, And look on the bottom here. The Five of Cups. Yeah, I think we still have to acknowledge and we have to feel the sadness. Even if nobody in your family is imprisoned, and chances are getting better and better that somebody in your family would be, somewhere here in the family tree, because it's just gotten ridiculous. But even if there's no one in your family, we need to feel the sadness of people's lives their cups spilled, people's lives being spilled and upturned, oftentimes unnecessarily, by prison sentences. Okay, and we still have to watch for that sneakiness. Oh, yes, we do. So in the future, okay, so we're still having people getting away with some things. So we really do have to watch those, because I have seen too, I don't think campaign finance reform happens in any kind of real way for a few years yet, you guys. So, maybe minor inroads, but we still have to watch for those hidden secrets that trying to get away with stuff. Yeah, and because it's an industry. We have that Knight of Pentacles, because by now this is an industry, this buying of politicians. This is, it's part and parcel of our big businesses. What do we give to this politician? What do we give to that? New election cycle coming in. Who do we give to and how much? And there's committees and there's employees focused on that. There are focus groups. There is research done by big corporations on how much bang they get for their buck when they donate to certain politicians. There is. So in other words, this is now part of the machine, And we're going to have to really keep our eye on it and keep talking about it. Yeah, okay. So we have this new leadership coming up, but even they don't know everything. We have sneakiness and, yeah, people trying to get away with things. There's secrets. I wonder if that might too be even the leadership coming in doesn't feel free to tell everybody everything, doesn't feel free to blow the whistle on everything right away. I don't know. We really have to keep our eyes on this. And we have to keep talking about it. That's what's gotten this bipartisan bill passed, you guys. It's all the citizenry becoming more informed. And we have the cups, the Ace of Cups. Compassion. Yeah, we have to keep seeing. We have to keep our eyes open. We have to get that blindfold off, and we have to be led by compassion. We can't be hard-hearted. And the devil with this high priestess. Okay, so that's also then about secrets and mysteries. That's also about some things are not out in the open. Greed and avarice is still under there too. That two again, that Two of Swords. We are at a critical juncture now and in a few months, okay? So we are, this year, 2019, we're at a critical juncture here. We need more information. The Two of Swords a lot of times is about that. We need more facts. This is intellectual information. These are the tables that you see. I love that so much of the news I am now getting shows me tables and facts and figures. That's what I want. I have to tell you guys, I tuned into our local broadcasting channel, the news channel I always used to watch years ago before there was internet widely used for news and cable TV and all of those, and I could go to some other more independent sources of news coverage. But I watched it and it sounded like Fox News. It was, 20 minutes on a huge news day. It was 20 minutes of talking about this, grandma's chili and that, and those stories are nice, but 20 minutes of that on a huge news day about with Flynn? That was ridiculous. And so many of these are owned by Sinclair Broadcasting or nationwide conglomerates that also are invested in big corporations. So they're shaping our news. We need the facts. We need the facts. And Spirit is trying really hard to get that to us with that Hermit card. Okay, and we have Three of Wands there. Okay, waiting for the ship. Yes, this is the new, more compassionate government starting. I feel like it's the beginning, you guys. Well, we have had compassion. I shouldn't say that. We've had compassion in our government. I feel like there's a lot of compassion in the American people if they're well informed. But this is the beginning. It's Three of Wands. It's not stable yet. If we're waiting for our ship to come and we're hoping this helps, it's the beginning. It's a good start. It's a good start, though. All right. It looks like we have to remain vigilant, you guys. In the future, these cards are really telling me that. Remain vigilant, remain compassionate. Have hope, be hopeful. But we need more information, and we need to realize this for-profit prison system we have going on and laws affected by that, influenced by that, to imprison people at rates that are not helpful and in ways that are not helpful. There's a whole machine behind that, and that's not going to get dismantled quickly. All right, but I am celebrating today. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.